I'm going to tell you how to take a real life skill and turn it into an online business. About a year and a half ago, I was having a conversation with a friend who was staying at my house. And he was talking to me about a rental car business that he had. This was a real life rental car business. And what he basically did was rent cars out to Uber drivers in New York when he lived there. And those Uber drivers would use his car for the day, and then he would take his cars back. And sometimes they would be long-term leases and sometimes they would be one-day leases, but he had a fleet of cars that he rented just as a private person. He's explaining this to me as we're sitting in my living room, and he's telling me about the process and what it was like and how he got this idea for this business and how it runs pretty well passively. And I'm like, man, this is pretty awesome. Have you ever thought about building an online business around this idea? That one question led to what is now a six-figure and beyond business called Car Rental University. And he's absolutely crushing it with that business. His name is Alex. He's on YouTube. You can go check him out. But that story is one of many stories of people who have a skill or a set of experiences and turn them into actual online businesses. So in this video, I'm going to tell you more about his story and how that worked out and how you can do the exact same thing. And the reason why I want to tell you this today is because you can actually jump onto Kajabi for 3 months for one payment of $99 when you use my link, lanesebring.com/Kajabi. What's cool about this is in 3 months, you can actually do a whole heck of a lot to grow your online business, get it off the ground, get it moving, and turn something that probably is something that you maybe don't even consider that big of a deal because it's so familiar to you, the skill that you have and the experiences you have. You can turn that into an online business where you're helping other people learn what you had to learn the hard way or you had to learn the long way. And so jump onto Kajabi. It is the best all-in-one online business platform there is. Use my link, lanesebring.com/Kajabi. Get the 3 months for $99 and you get a one-time 45-minute Zoom call with me where we'll talk about your business, talk about Kajabi, how you can get the best possible start on that platform. You also get my course, the Kajabi Accelerator, which will help you hit the ground running with Kajabi. And you're going to get my 25K course launch email template. All that is yours to say thank you for using my affiliate link when you sign up at no additional cost to you. Now, I do want to mention this. If you are watching this down the road and this promotion is over, the 3 months for $99, you still get all those other bonuses and you can still get a 30-day free trial. So don't be sad. Just jump onto Kajabi, get a 30-day free trial, make that your head start, and do all the things we're talking about in this video. But if you're watching this like right now, 3 months for $99, hard to pass that up. We have this conversation and I ask this question. I say, have you ever thought about making this an online business? Well, that night, we actually made a plan. And hear me out. He had never really thought about online business before. He is a business person. He does real in-life businesses and he's an entrepreneur and that's his heart and his passion. And so when I asked him, hey, have you considered making what you do, the knowledge of what you do, an online business so that you can synthesize and simplify all of this information that you have about how to build a car rental business? If you took all that and made it an online business, you could probably build an audience pretty quickly. And a focused, targeted audience at that of people who want to know how to do this business. We sat down and we made a plan. We talked about his content plan. He started out on YouTube, which is still, in my opinion, the best place because when I go to YouTube, I'm looking for how-to information. I'm going to YouTube and I'm typing in, how do I do this? How do I do that? That's what YouTube's for. So it's a perfect place to do content for an online business where you're training a skill because people come to YouTube looking how to learn that skill. They find you, and then if your business does what it's supposed to do in terms of the content leading to your email list, which leads to your offers, your coaching, your consulting, your courses, your products, then it's a win-win-win all the way through. Not to say that you shouldn't also use Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that stuff is there and it all has its place, but YouTube's where he started and YouTube is what I highly recommend for most people. So we make a content plan for YouTube. He gets on literally that week, goes back home, starts making content, makes a channel called Car Rental University and hits the ground running. And immediately he built an audience. Immediately he had people that wanted to know more. He would just make video after video after video. He was prolific. He showed up and he did the work. And he was texting me all the time. Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this thumbnail? How should I make this piece of content? Hey, I had this person ask me this question. What do I do? And every step of the way, he was eager to learn. And because he's a friend, I gave him tens of thousands of dollars worth of coaching for free. But I was happy to do it because he's a good friend and I was wanting to help him succeed in this, and he's taken off like crazy. So he makes the content and then he jumps into his first course. He builds his first course, then he builds another course. Then he actually starts getting partnerships and sponsorships with car rental apps like Getaround and Fetch, which is an app that you use for trucks. All of these things just start falling into his lap, but not really, because he worked really hard for it. Like nothing falls into your lap. You go out and you get it. And that's what he did. And so now he's got this amazing 6-figure business online teaching people how to build car rental businesses of their own. And all that happened from one conversation with me and one question. Have you ever thought about making this an online business? So I would ask you the same thing. What is the skill that you have where right now you may just discount that skill? You might think, yeah, I don't know, like I've done this for a long time. It's not that big of a deal. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That knowledge you have is a big deal. People want to know that skill. People want to learn that skill. And if you can synthesize and simplify, then you've won the game. What do I mean by synthesize? I mean that it has taken you tens of thousands of hours of effort to learn what you know. Like my friend Alex, he actually had to build a car rental business, and there wasn't a whole lot of resources available to help him do it. So he had to just experiment and figure it all out himself. Well, what he does on his channel and what he does in his courses is he synthesizes that information. He says, here's all of what I discovered, and here's from that what you need to know, step by step by step by step. Same thing I did with my first online business, Preaching Donkey. Preaching, if you've never done it, you may not know this, but it's a vexing task to sit down and write a sermon. And there's all kinds of approaches you can take, and it's very complicated, and it can just be paralyzing because it's so complex. It's like, where do I start? Where do I finish? When is a sermon done? What is a good sermon? What is a boring sermon? So I've taken all of the study that I've done working with thousands of pastors, and I've synthesized it into a process. The synthesizing is where the value is. So Alex built this car rental business, synthesized all this information, brought it down to a very simple step-by-step process. You do this, trust me, I've done the work, I know you'll have a successful car rental business. And he has students that are winning at the car rental game and have bought cars and rented them out and are doing very well because of his synthesizing. The other thing you do is you simplify, right? Where there's complexity, if you can simplify what's complex, people will love you for it and people will pay you for it. And so that's what he did. That's what I do here on this channel. I take the years of experimentation that I did with trying to figure out how to make money online legitimately. And I say, here's the synthesizing step by step by step. And here's the simplification. It is a simple process if you know what to do. And it's very complicated if you're just out there kind of looking at what there is to look at. It's all kinds of information, all kinds of not good information. Let me synthesize it for you. Let me simplify it. When you jump onto Kajabi for these 3 months, I've done that. I've synthesized it and I've simplified it for you for those 3 months. In fact, this video right here walks you through exactly what to do in the next 3 months, month by month and week by week, to build a 6-figure successful online business on Kajabi. So click right there. Be sure to get started on Kajabi with the link below, and I'll see you on the other side.